You know, I think one of the things that's animated so much vitriol against the Muslims of Birmingham, the parents, is that some people essentially at their core are terrified because of centuries of stereotypes they've absorbed. They're terrified of a Muslim community standing up and asserting its own voice, asserting its own values, its own identity, because they've absorbed for hundreds of years these Orientalist stereotypes that the Muslims are out to get you. They are infidel. The infidels were the Muslims. The original infidels. The word was applied to Muslims, and you go through so many different iterations of that. The Moors, the Moriscos, the Muslimans of India, Indian subcontinent, the British Raj, up to today's the image of the radical, the extremist Islamist. Who's trying to take over your country and get rid of your superior kind of Western values and that kind of stuff. So I think that is partly what's animating a lot of the negative framing.
Yes,
even when Newsnight did a piece on you, there's so much goes into the framing of a piece that people don't even realize, such as, they had you against a very ominous backdrop of, somebody's asking you simple questions, why are you protesting, and then put a mic in front of you. But, they've got a really, really dark and gloomy backdrop, really scary kind of Bond villain music playing in the background.
Really? Actually, I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah, these are things you pick up on, because I'm careful for Islam to me. I don't do it for others, but I'm careful to try and not, unconsciously propagate some of these stereotypes and myths, right? So I can it's easier to pick up, right? So that whole piece, for example, was framed in a way of the Muslim kind of other trying to take over a peaceful school or a peaceful society, right? But in order to move forward now, right, because Muslims, inshallah, aren't going anywhere. If Allah wills, they're going. It's part and parcel.
We're British. Yeah.
Islam and Muslims are part and parcel of the fabric of the UK.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get along with somebody else from a different background, a different set of views and beliefs? The problem is, alhamdulillah, we have a very long established tradition of understanding differences of opinion.
Yeah.
Right? We might not, follow it much.
It's a fair point.
But we have, at the core of it, we have lakum dinukum liyadin. Even from the earliest days of Islam, you had different faiths and
you take
complete opposites living alongside each other.
You take Umar radiallahu anhu's entrance into Jerusalem.
Yeah.
He said this is a city that is a Christian city, it's a Muslim city, and he asked, where are the Jews? This is a Jewish city as well, and he brought the Jews back into Jerusalem.
Likewise, when Salahuddin conquered it after the Crusades, that was the other time the Jews were allowed to return.
Right.
After into Jerusalem, for example.